Hey America, tonight we're diving into the wild world of tariffs. You know, those things politicians love to yell about. They sound boring, like something your grandpa complains about. But hold up, because tariffs actually affect your wallet. So, what is a tariff? In simple terms, it's a tax. But not just any tax, it's a tax on stuff you buy from other countries. Think of it like this. You order something online from overseas. Suddenly, the price jumps up. Why? Because your friendly government slapped a tariff on it. Tariffs are basically a way for countries to say, buy American. Or well, buy whatever country you happen to live in. Imagine you're a business owner selling awesome American-made hats, but then, hats from another country show up and they're way cheaper. That's where tariffs come in. By making those foreign hats more expensive, tariffs try to level the playing field. It's like a cover charge at a club, but for goods crossing borders. The goal? To protect domestic industries and jobs from being crushed by cheaper imports. Sounds good in theory, right? But like a late-night infomercial, there's always a catch. Tariffs aren't a new thing. They've been a part of human civilization for centuries, shaping economies and influencing trade routes. In fact, they've been around since, forever. From the ancient Silk Road to the bustling markets of medieval Europe, tariffs have always been there, silently steering the course of commerce. We're talking ancient Rome, folks. Back then, tariffs were a major way for empires to make money. Roman emperors imposed taxes on goods entering their territories, ensuring a steady flow of revenue to fund their grand projects and military campaigns. Fast forward to the good old US of A, tariffs played a big role in our early history. They were used to protect budding American industries from foreign competition and to generate income for the young nation. Remember the Boston Tea Party? That whole mess started because of, you guessed it, tariffs. The British imposed heavy taxes on tea, leading to one of the most famous protests in American history. See, Britain was taxing the heck out of American colonists on tea. This wasn't just about a beverage, it was about control and economic freedom. And let's just say the colonists weren't thrilled about it, hence the whole dumping tea in the harbor thing. It was a bold statement against unfair taxation and a pivotal moment leading up to the American Revolution. Tariffs continued to be a big deal throughout American history, sometimes sparking trade wars and international drama. They were tools of both economic policy and political strategy. It's like a reality TV show, but with countries and economies. The stakes are high, and the outcomes can shape the global landscape for generations. America fights back the tariff game today. Now let's talk about the present. Remember those cheaper hats we mentioned? Well, sometimes other countries use tariffs too, slapping them on American goods. For example, China has placed tariffs on American products like soybeans in cars. Ouch! That makes it harder for American companies to sell their stuff overseas. So what does America do? Well, sometimes we fight fire with fire. The US has placed tariffs on goods from China, the European Union, and others. It's a full-blown tariff war out there. Fair play or foul, the tariff debate. This is where things get tricky. Are tariffs fair? Well, it depends on who you ask. Some people say tariffs are necessary to protect American jobs and businesses. They argue that without tariffs, those cheaper imports would flood the market, putting American companies out of business. Others say tariffs are a bad idea. They argue that tariffs actually hurt consumers by driving up prices. Plus, they say tariffs can lead to retaliation from other countries, sparking trade wars that hurt everyone involved. It's a complicated issue with no easy answers. It's like trying to solve a Rubik's Cube while riding a unicycle on a tightrope, blindfolded. The tariff tug-of-war winners and losers. So who wins and who loses in this whole tariff game? Again, it's complicated. Tariffs are essentially taxes on imports, and their impact can ripple through the economy in various ways. Sometimes tariffs can help protect domestic industries. By making imported goods more expensive, local manufacturers might find it easier to compete. If you're a worker in a factory that makes hats, for instance, and your company is struggling against cheaper foreign imports and tariffs make those cheaper foreign hats more expensive, it could level the playing field. Your job might be safer and the factory could see an increase in production, leading to more employment opportunities. But tariffs can also hurt consumers. Remember those cheaper hats? Well, if a tariff is placed on them, the prices go up. This means that consumers will have to pay more for their headwear, which can be frustrating for those on a tight budget. You'll end up paying more for your headwear, and this can reduce overall consumer spending, affecting the economy. And don't forget about businesses that rely on imports. Many companies depend on imported materials to produce their goods. If a company uses imported parts to make their products, tariffs can drive up their costs, hurting their bottom line and potentially leading to higher prices for consumers. Tariffs can drive up their costs, hurting their bottom line. This can lead to difficult decisions such as cutting jobs or raising prices. It's a delicate balancing act, and the effects of tariffs can be unpredictable. Policymakers must weigh the benefits of protecting domestic industries against the potential drawbacks for consumers and businesses. The winners and losers can change depending on the specific situation, making the tariff tug-of-war a complex and ever-evolving issue. The bottom line: are tariffs worth it? So are tariffs a good thing or a bad thing? This question has been debated by economists, politicians, and business leaders for decades. Honestly, there's no simple answer. The impact of tariffs can vary greatly depending on the context and the specific industries involved. It's like asking if pizza is better than tacos. Both have their own unique flavors and appeal to different people for different reasons. It depends on your personal taste. Similarly, the effectiveness of tariffs can depend on a country's economic goals and the specific sectors they aim to protect. Tariffs can have both positive and negative effects. On one hand, they can help boost domestic industries by making imported goods more expensive. They can protect domestic industries and jobs, providing a safety net for local businesses to grow and thrive. But they can also raise prices for consumers, making everyday goods more expensive and reducing purchasing power, and lead to trade wars. These conflicts can escalate, causing further economic strain and disrupting international relations. Ultimately, it's up to each country to decide whether or not to use tariffs. They must weigh the potential benefits against the possible drawbacks and how to use them effectively. Strategic implementation is key to ensuring that tariffs serve their intended purpose without causing undue harm. It's a complex issue with no easy solutions. The global economy is interconnected, and decisions in one country can have ripple effects worldwide. But hey, at least now you know a little bit more about tariffs than you did before. Understanding these concepts can help you make more informed opinions. And that's gotta be worth something, right? Knowledge is power, after all.